Hello, I am David, the AI-powered tutor. Did you know that this video series was created using an artificial intelligence-powered video automation bot? If you would like to know more about its features, please visit ai.datascience.1. Hello world. Welcome to the Introduction to Python Programming video tutorial by Data Science Academy. In this tutorial we will learn some important looping techniques in Python. By now, hopefully you have some basic understanding about data types in Python. To refresh what you have learned earlier, please watch the playlist mentioned in the description. Have fun programming in bits. We ask that you practice the examples mentioned in the tutorial. Please leave a comment if you have any queries or need some clarification. The simplest type of if statement has only one test and one action. The syntax of a simple if statement is as follows. One needs to create a Python script and run it within idle or in one's terminal. We suggest you watch the video in our playlist titled Creating and Executing Scripts to see how this is done. The link to this video is also available in the description. To understand the if statement, we will use the following example. Firstly, using the input function, we store the input value as an integer in a variable called age. The syntax of the if statement is as follows. If age is more than or equal to 18, then print the text, you are eligible to cast your vote. The conditional test here is whether the given number is more than or equal to 18. This is followed by the action, in this case, printing a sentence. In case the age is less than 18, Python will not give an output. To have another statement printed, we can use the if-else statement. We will learn more about it in the next section. An if-else block is similar to an if statement, with the addition of an else clause which allows one to define an action, or a set of actions, that are executed when the conditional test fails. The syntax of an if-else statement is shown here. Developing on the previous example, we add another line of code under the else statement. That is, if the age is less than 18, another statement is printed, in this case, mentioning that one is not eligible to cast the vote. Running the code in idle, we can see that the if-else combination has printed appropriate responses. The if-elif-else statement is used when there are more than two possible conditions to test. The syntax is as follows. To understand the if-elif-else statement, we will use the following example. We all know that water exists in three phases or states, namely, solid, liquid, and gas. A variable called temp is created to store the water temperature, provided by the input function. Using the if-elif-else syntax, we have set the code to display the phase of water, based on the temperature provided. Note that we are using a Celsius scale here. When this code is run in idle, based on the water temperature provided, we can see various statements regarding the phase or state the water is in. To understand more about this if-elif-else function, we suggest you to try some other examples of your choice. For loops are used when there is a block of code, which needs to be repeated a fixed number of times. The for statement iterates over the elements of a sequence in order, executing the code block each time. A simple for loop can be illustrated by printing the squares of numbers from 0 to 4. The for loop is saved as a Python script called squares. This script is run within idle, which prints out the squares of the given numbers. In case you are confused about the range function, we ask that you watch our video on lists. To illustrate for loops, we create a variable called botanical fruits. This is a list of strings, containing some common vegetables, which are botanically classified as fruits. We will use for loop to print first the item's in title case, and then the length of each item. The output of this script is shown in the next section. Note that here we have used the method title. If you would like to refresh your memory about this method, please watch the video on strings. When we run the Python script called botanical fruits within idle, we get the item's entitle case, and the length of each item. With this, we conclude the first part of the video on looping techniques. We hope that you learned something new today. Practice what you learned. And see you soon in the second part of looping techniques. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.